Like, what?
But that's where I'm at right now.
That's where I'm at right now. And it made me feel good. And I'm like,
I dropped top of my wrist, baby.
It's 5.
What's the hours?
Okay, if the hours are 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 7 to 5, 6 to 5. If it's 5, it's 5. So, no, girl, you're not tripping. Because who you talking to?
18.5 every time they swing my dough, swing my dough, swing my dough. Yeah, my price is real low. Oh.
If you're thinking lemons, I'm thinking lemonade for sure. Maybe with a splash of it.
Exactly. Welcome to Crystal's Clarity Podcast, where there's always another way to see it. I'm Crystal, your host. Here we're all about growth, but we're also about keeping it real, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. Before I get started, I'm so excited. I got my girl, Nicole. How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, it's so good to see you. It's been a minute.
Yes, it's been a minute. Always good to see you, though.
Thank you so much for being here. Today, we're all about resilience this month. If you're following the brand, we're talking about healing to control the controllable. So a part of that is being human in your experience. So today, it's about I fell off. But I'm back though. So it's just coming back into those spaces where you've lost in consistency, you're back. And we're just going to share those moments where we fell off and we've come back so that you know that you're not by yourself. Let's get into it. So before we actually get started today, I just have to let y'all know who this is and why I have her here. So me and Nicole go back. 2010 back, like 15 years. That's crazy.
Yeah, way back.
The Ryla days, customer service days. She's always been like a bright spirit since the day I met her. Weren't we in the same training class too?
I think we were.
That's crazy. So 15 years ago, when I tell you she is such a dope soul, I actually had her on my panel for my vision board party that I had some time ago. And she dropped so many gems that day. And then just even on her page. So she's Nicole, but I also know her as Miss Thoughts or Things. And she just embodies that whole thing. So tell the people a little more about who you are, what you do.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
You should be. I'm excited.
What I do, sometimes I just feel like when it comes to missed thoughts or things, since you pointed that out, one of the things I like to do is just change the narrative. And what I mean by that is if it's negative, I bring that whole positive shift. Clarity. Right. I love it. Exactly. It just really matches with your show. That's why I'm so excited to be here. Like I just changed the shift. It's one of the things that I'm good at. I don't have to think about it. It's just natural for me. So if you're thinking lemons, I'm thinking lemonade for sure. Maybe with a splash of it.
Not us being on the same page. So she's done some dope events too. Tell us about the events that you've had.
So far, I did one with I have a friend named Nicole. We had an event called Brunch Boston Bubbly. I also did a hosting event for my homegirl, Sherry. She does, had a book launch. So I'm one of those people, if you need me to hype you up, I'm definitely there for sure. Definitely nice. The host with the mostest.
Exactly. So as y'all can see, the energy is there. Y'all gonna get a little bit more of her as we talk, and I can't wait to see. As I mentioned, we are talking about falling off and bouncing back. I want to start with what falling off looks like. That looks like something different for everybody when I tell you. So for me, it looks like now looking at it in 2022, stepping away from my brand. And there's some bad feelings that come with that. You kind of start to beat yourself up and you can be off your journey for quite some time. And 3 years later, here I am. I'm back though. But that time space in between can look like depression. It can look like crying, slanging snot, spit, whatever. But there's some happy moments in between as well. But a lot of it can just feel like dark clouds depending on where you are and what that looks like. So when you think about the falling off, like that in between, the falling off before you bounce back, what does that look like for you? What times have you been in where it's just everything seems to be falling apart or you're falling off? What does that look like for you?
Girl.
That's all you can say. Ooh.
Girl. You can say G-I or G-U-R-R-L-L-L-L-L. Girl.
Right.
What it looks like for me, just to put it out there, I just recently lost my father. He
I'm
got,
so sorry.
thank you. He got really sick in November of last year.
Okay.
And before that, just knowing what he was going through and things of that nature, it just kind of threw me off. I used to do videos all the time in my car, positive videos, and I just felt like I couldn't connect. But to your point, like, there's definitely some happy moments in there, laughter, friends,
Right.
love, but it's just, I don't know, it's just hard. So for me, to what you said, it just felt like me reclusing. Just didn't want to be bothered, don't want a camera in my face. I might be out amongst the crowd, but when I got home, it's lights out. I'm good. Don't bother me. I'm not answering the phone.
No, I definitely understand. And again, I'm so sorry to hear that. I did not know that. My heart goes out to you and your family. I had no idea. But being in that space also looks like depression. So for me, around that time frame, and I couldn't figure out. Now, mind you, around that time, I had some of the happiest moments going on around that time. I was engaged. I was about to be planning a wedding. There was no wedding planning going on, and I literally felt like I could barely get my head above water, and I could not figure it out for the life of me. And you may have experienced this too, where you feel bad about the fact that you feel bad.
Facts.
So it's like I'm kicking my own ass twice, and it does not feel good. And we'll talk about what that looks like as far as community when it comes to finding your way back. But I want you to understand, you're not by yourself. And if you find that you can't figure it out, because I literally could not figure it out what it was, because I was the same way. Everybody knows, I'm positive, I'm giving affirmations all the time, but I found myself not even being able to give that to myself, and I couldn't figure it out. And it wasn't until I ended up actually getting some diagnosis as well. So I found out that I'm still suffering with ADHD. We'll talk about that, diagnosed as a child, but I realized it was still affecting me in my adulthood, on top of some other trauma things that I've been through in my lifetime. So it can get very, very dark, but being able to find your way back out is one of the greatest feelings ever. And we're going to talk about that too. What other experiences have you had outside? I know, like you mentioned, your father. Are there any other experiences that you might have fell off? And you found your way back, but you felt that, okay, I fell off, and where am I? Just feeling a little bit lost. What are some other?
It could be a multiple of things, right? Oh, sorry. Even with that situation, it's just, I'm also studying for real estate.
Yes,
I had to put that. Thank you. Have to put that into the side. But one of the things that you mentioned is feeling guilty, right? I was feeling guilty because I couldn't study. I felt like my head wasn't in the game. But why am I feeling guilty? Right, you are literally going through something. We're human beings,
right? So
feeling guilty for not studying, feeling guilty for not focusing on my brand, mis thoughts or things, not getting in the car, not doing the video. So you really, really beat yourself up. But why?
Right, that's the biggest thing. I believe that there's outside pressures. You already know social media. That is the biggest thing. A lot of us spend a lot of our time on it. Not everybody, but most of us spend a lot of our time doom scrolling, and we get to looking at everybody else, and we're thinking oh, everybody else's life is glamorous, but that's not the case. They're showing their highlights of their life just like you did, but for some reason we trick our brains as if other people are not going through things just like we are. And then we also get to that point where we feel like, oh, I don't want to dump on anybody else. I don't want to tell anybody else. So we keep it to ourselves and not realizing we're burying ourselves up under those things. So that's another thing too. I find that there's a part of gaslighting that happens with that too. Nobody will understand where you're coming from. You'll never see your way out. And it's almost like it hijacks you mentally. It hijacks you mentally, hijacks you emotionally, and it will literally make you feel like there's no way out. And we have to remember sometimes that falling off is not always a bad thing. It actually could be saving you from something, technically. It could just be a detour the same way that I was trying to get here today. That road is just closed off a little bit. There's another way. You just need to redirect, realign so that you can get back into focus and get back to where you're going. So we're going to get into what that'll look like when it comes to the benefits of bouncing back and then what you can do to actually bounce back. Hey y'all, it's Crystal. I'm here on my set with Crystal's Clarity podcast, and I'm drinking my Rise coffee like I do every morning. So I brought it in for my guest, Dr. Katrina, and it's helped me for the last 9 months gain clarity, gut health, lose weight. You need to try it. So the link will be in the description, and tell me what you think. So this is my very favorite part of my podcast. This is the Crystal Am I Tripping, where my guest, audience, or someone I know, maybe my friends, family members, where they tell me about an experience that they had and they're just like, Crystal, am I tripping? So today, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I watched the other episodes and it's like my favorite too.
All right, bet. So this is from Britt. Thank you, Brittany. So she says, my manager pulls me into a quick chat on Teams to talk about, she said, I noticed you been logging off right at 5 lately. Is everything okay? She said, I said, everything is great. I just finished the work I'm paid to do. During the work hours, I'm paid to do it. She said that her manager blinked like she spoke a different language. And then she said that she had the nerve to say, well, we just want to make sure that you're still fully engaged. And she said, I said I'm very engaged with boundaries, clarity, and my therapist. And she said that she turned off her camera and finished her smoothie. Crystal, am I tripping? I won't say you tripping. I would say that I feel like you set some healthy boundaries. I feel like maybe it won't be taken as nicely, especially when someone or a job is trying to make you do more than what you're paid to do, especially when you're in an environment that tries to make you work past your time frame, especially if you're a salary type person. What you think she tripping? What do you think?
I don't think you're tripping, sis. Because first of all, if the time is 5, it's 5.
What's the hours?
Okay, if the hours are 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 7 to 5, 6 to 5, if it's 5, it's 5. So no, girl, you're not tripping. Because who you talking to?
That part, and I guess apparently with her saying that she's leaving at the time that it says, apparently, that's what I said. I'm not really in between. I don't really think you're tripping. To me, honestly, you set healthy boundaries, and again, boundaries are not meant to be liked; they're meant to be respected, and therefore they're there for your protection, and not for their liking and their validation. So I would say no. You're not tripping. Sip that smoothie. You probably could have said bye, though.
Okay.
Before you just cut the camera off.
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I'll give you that, Crystal.
Yeah, that was a little nice, nasty look. Yeah, that was the only part that kind of like, girl, you ain't have to cut the camera
But
off.
I don't know. Listen, Crystal, because if it was after 5, I mean, technically,
I ain't
not
get paid
tripping.
for this. What she did not say that it was like after time. I think she was just saying that she noticed that she had been leaving at her time.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the chat or the talk happened.
Oh,
she
got you.
Right. But she did cut off that camera. So I don't know. But no, I'm gonna say you're not tripping. You set some boundaries. So we're going to get a little bit deeper into the subject here, right? So again, we're talking about falling off, but we're talking about bouncing back and all the things in between. So I want to talk about resilience and what resilience looks like in that process. And even that moment right before the resilience, what's that like? What was that moment for you right before you was like, oh, I'm back?
Phone call from you. No.
Hey, let's make it real though. You said it though. You were
Listen.
like, I think this is confirmation. Like,
It's confirmation. It's people knowing who I am, family, friends, even people who don't know me that's in my inbox. I think that's pretty dope. Even when I'm around, like I said, just changing changing the dynamic of any conversation or how somebody's feeling. I'm like, girl, that's your niche. Get back up. And it's okay not to be okay.
Yes.
Like, all of that is okay, but to also share that story. So honestly, no, for real, Crystal, when I got the phone call and I looked at the title but I'm back though.
Right.
I was like, what?
But that's where I'm at right now.
That's where I'm at right now. And it made me feel good. And I'm like, I appreciate it. So that's what it looks like for me.
I love that. And I don't know, that just makes me very happy. Seriously, because I would have never known that, right? We don't, talk every day, but your energy, like I said, her energy has been the same since I met her. So that says a lot. Secondly, this literally, my podcast is the embodiment of I'm Back Tho. In between, I found like we were talking about before, where I found myself giving people encouragement and realizing like, dang, Krista, that was for you. You might need to write that down. I don't know where that came from, but it was also for myself. And I'll say like right before the bounce back, I was in a very dark place. It was, like I said, nights of crying. But if I showed up, you would never know. Like you had no idea. I still made sure I showed up for people. I smiled and that's what you realize too, being around people can be a healing too. And we'll get into that. But just having a good support system is like hit me right down that nudge. And then also just realigning myself with God. I don't know everybody's faith, but for me I had to sit back. I'm like, okay, how do I get through this? Like, let me go back to the drawing board. Like, how did all this start? And I realized that was a big part I was leaving out for myself. Was God, higher power, however you want to mention it. And right as soon as I got back aligned with that, that's why I realized, and I said, Crystal, you have not been on what you were supposed to be on. You are not on assignment. You are not using your gift. What are you doing? And the moment that I decided that I was going to get back into my gift, that's where I started to feel the realignment. Everything came back into the groove. New ideas started flowing. New people started coming around me. And before I knew it, I got up with my EP. I'm going to shout him out every time. I told you can't see him, but he here. I got with him. I said, I want to do this. I know that God blessed me with a voice to talk, to hear, and also to hear others and to make things clear and plain for others. So that was that moment for me right before I bounced back. It was not pretty, but I had to make a decision that I don't want to feel like this. How can I get over this? So what I do want to talk about is the benefits, right? The benefits of bouncing back is the opportunities, the people, the blessings, and also being able to be a blessing to other people. That's also a benefit. What would you say that you found have been some benefit of the fact that you bounced back?
Well, first, can we circle back just a little bit? Shout out to God, though.
Ooh, I like that.
Shout out to God, because I'm also a part of a book. I don't even want to say book club. It's Girl Gang Investments. I just want to be honest. And we have every Sunday we do Hood Bible Study. You heard me right, Hood Bible Study, where it's 352 days of the week for women, of the Bible, excuse me. So every Sunday we get together, we read the verses in the book. It's all Bible. And when you mentioned that, I also wanted to swing back to say shout out to God, because that's been helpful.
Yeah.
Those Bible verses, it is written, right? And what God has for you is for you, right? And you're here for a reason.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So you have to focus on that and get up.
Get up. I cannot.
It's okay to be down, but, also get up, because you are here for a reason. You woke up today, you're here for a reason. So shout out to God. I'm glad you put that in there.
Yes. So would you say that's one of the benefits?
That is definitely a huge benefit. Your friends, even sometimes people you don't know who you touch. Like you said, the blessings, and be happy in the ups and the downs. That's the benefit.
Yes.
Praise Him always up and down.
Yes. I do feel that the benefits are like just the blessings in the midst. Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned, you never know what type of opportunities just come out of doing what you're supposed to do. And since we're on the topic of God, I never shy away from God. In every platform that I use, that's why I'm here. If that's not what you do, I get it. Take what's for you and leave the rest. I get it. But for me, I had to get back to the drawing board, and that has honestly put the order in everything. Truth be told, that has put the order in everything. And now that that's at the head of what I do intentionally, everything else is fun. It does not mean that I don't have those small pockets of where something is inconsistent or I fell off just maybe for a day or an hour. It doesn't mean you're never going to go through things just because you're back. And that's something that I also want you to understand as well. Falling off doesn't mean failure. It just means you had to take a pause, you had to take a break, reflect, use that time. And actually, I found that leaning in helps too. So now that we're talking about the benefits, I want to talk about what that looks like tangibly when you are there like, okay, yeah, that's cool, but what do I do to get back? What is that? And I will say, it'll look different for everybody. But I will say, you need to find some order. Most times there's a lot of chaos that's happening. Everything just seems like it's everywhere, and you really have to get back grounded. And I would say at minimum with your purpose. At minimum with your purpose, and that's what I had to do. Like I said, I was in a storm, and I'm like, okay, God, what is it? What am I supposed to be doing here? And that's when it came to me. Where's your voice? You haven't been saying nothing. You haven't been talking. You haven't had any clients, because I wasn't taking clients. Like I'm like, I can't even help myself, you know? How can I help anybody else? And I failed to realize that, technically speaking, the more you actually help other people, you actually open up those doors even more for yourself. Sometimes we get a little selfish, and all we're thinking about is everything that's going wrong in my life instead of all the things that are going right. And I said that to say about gratitude. Being grateful for the little things. Like, you didn't open your eyes this morning. That kind of happened for you. I mean, yeah, you opened them, but you didn't give yourself that life. You woke up, you can hear. You woke up, your arms move, your legs move. That's at minimum. And then, not to start with, if you have a roof over you, I know everybody's situation is different, but at minimum, there's so many blessings that go into what we have, but a lot of times those moments can hijack us. So tangibly starting off, I would say gratitude. Now, for you, what would you say? Just something tangible for a person's like, I don't know how to get back. How do I find my way back?
I love that. I actually think that gratitude is awesome. You know, you speaking about just opening up your eyes in the morning. I think some of us take that for granted, right? Because we're so stuck and we're just like, I can't even get out of bed, but you up though.
You're awake. You're
awake
looking
though.
around.
I'm back though.
Scrolling on Instagram.
You're scrolling on Instagram and take those baby steps. That could be something as small as decluttering a space.
Yes.
Declutter a space in your head.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, sometimes we are in our own way. Or what is it going to look like? And how do I take the step? Declutter a space. I'm not saying that anybody's junkie or anything like that. Declutter a space in your head. Just because it can be chaotic. Right. Like you said, you feel like Ike Turner. You feel like you got San Antone. You feel like you got to get the dancers' wigs. You ain't got to do all that.
Right.
Pick one and baby step it out. Pick one, cross it off as you go.
I would say that too, and also finding a foundation, and that's a part of finding a foundation. So gratitude, I would definitely say the company that you keep.
Oh, Lord, yes.
Open your mouth and talk to those people. If you can turn up, drink, eat, go to brunch, you should be able to have people around you that not only that you can laugh and kiki and ha-ha and send reels to, you should be able to have people around you that can lift you up when you're down. Or just can come and support you. So they may not even have the words to say, but they may be able to give you what you need so that you can be pushed back up. So it shouldn't just be, oh, let's go turn up. And maybe it is. Let me not take that away, because every friend plays their part. But truly somebody that your community that can push you back, that you can be vulnerable with, that you can say, hey friend, I'm not in the best space. Or even having friends that are intuitive to know that you too quiet. And they're like, where you at? Like, you deactivated your Instagram for the 7th time this year. What's wrong with you? So it's important, because also having accountability parts. So not just the people that support you, but also friends that's going to hold you accountable, where it's like, okay, I hear you, friend. I understand where you're coming from, but what would you like to do about it? That's the type of friend I am. I can listen to a little bit of venting, but I am by nature accountability friend, because I'm just a solution-based person. And I don't want you to continue feeling like that. So I do feel like there's benefit in having the right people around you. Definitely don't have yes people around you. That will keep you where you are. So if your life is chaotic and you realize their life is chaotic and this, that, and the third, you may need to start changing your environments and the people that you're around. It doesn't feel good. These changes that I'm talking about and making those tangible kind of space, and I'm not saying you have to change your life all in one day, because it's not going to happen like that. But I will say making those small, tangible choices and changes will ultimately change your trajectory, and you can look forward to a better life. And I will say, believe that you can. If you can think about all the reasons why you can't, you can think about all the reasons that you can. And I'm going to say this because I don't know who needs to hear this. This is on my spirit right now. Use your gift. I don't know why. Use your gift. Your gift will make room for you. That's it. Use it. So from here, the last thing I'm going to say is give yourself grace. You are human. Give yourself grace and celebrate those small wins. Listen, big yourself up, hype yourself up. Sometimes you will have to be your biggest hype person. You will. The same, like I said, when you believe that you can, if you believe that you can, you can believe that you can. And just celebrate yourself. And that's what we're about to do. As I mentioned, we're all about celebrating wins, big or small. So this is another one of my favorite segments. Cheers to that. This segment is sponsored by Tasty Wines. If you like to try it out, use code CC10. You won't regret it, okay? So a part of this segment is about celebrating those small wins or big wins, whether it was today, yesterday, last week, last month, this year, last year, whatever that looks like for you. For me, I'm going to say that I've made president's lists this this last term. As some of you may know or not know, I'm back in school, and I'm super excited. So I made president's list and I made honor roll, and I also want to celebrate that I am on my 3rd episode, and of course, and I'm glad that I'm able to celebrate and share it with someone that I've known for 15 years. So that makes me feel good. So what is a win for you?
A win for me this morning is waking up, coming to your show, because it was early.
Listen, we got to get it in and get it out.
But no, for real, with the things that I have been going through and experiences, every day feels like a win when I wake up and put my best foot forward, right? So it's a win for me today.
Yes.
I'm here. I'm present.
And what wins are we getting in advance?
In advance, this real estate license.
Yeah.
And this Monte Carlo with the T-tops with my videographer. You can't see him, but he here. I'm manifesting it.
I could not. I love it. I love it. So I'll say another win is the fact that I have a sponsor for my segment, one of my favorite segments.
Yes.
So I'm excited for you to taste this.
I can't wait.
Cheers.
Yes, you got me. And can I just say congratulations?
Thank you.
President's List honor roll. What? Book, 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 book.
Listen, this is when I tell you, I don't know if the phrase 180, 360 to what I used to do in school. I was playing around those people's schools before. So I am happy that I'm able to make my mom proud, even though I'm 37. But I'm excited, and I'm just glad that we're able to celebrate these wins.
I done sipped it before, Lord. Y'all
That's okay.
forgive me.
That's okay.
It's good, too.
Yeah, listen, you better get you.
I am. This is really good.
Tasty Wines.
Yes, get you some.
.com CC10 for 10% off. We are coming to a close. I am so excited that you came today, and just to be able to just share some stories, share some laughs, and I don't know a better person that could have been for this episode. So
thank you.
I just want to say thank you, first of all, for being on. But before you go, what is just some lasting things that you would like to share with our family here? Just some things, so whether it be encouragement, because you are Mrs. Thoughts are things. So when you think about somebody else that may be either be in your shoes or may just be having a hard time, and maybe they're in that, they're falling off period right now, what's some last things that you would give them and leave them with?
First thing I would like to say is thoughts are truly things, right? So please remain positive. That is something that I do repeat, not just for, should I say, views, but for me personally, right? Thoughts are things, remain positive. And just seeing the village that you have, really remember that friends truly do sharpen the minds of friends. Like, that's the thing. So if you can take anything, remember we sharpen the minds of each other, right? And get up. Even if it's baby steps, please get up, put your best foot forward. Because if you are still here, this may be for my spades players, you can still run a Boston today. Okay, if you woke up your eyes today, you can still run a Boston.
What they say, if you can look up, you can get it.
Facts.
Okay, but I just want to say thank you again, just for being here and just being just a dope, amazing soul. And you got my soul like smiling right now because because sometimes we don't. You are truly a light, like you really, really are. I know you got people around you that tell you that, but you really, really are. And I love that you were able to share some vulnerable moments, on and off camera. And I just thank you for sharing that, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
So I got a little something for you, a little something, just a small little thank you to say thank you.
I appreciate
it. Of my vision and helping me build, because you're part of that process. Whoever sits in that chair is helping me build this to where I'm trying to be. So I just want to say thank you for being on the podcast, and I can't wait to have you back.
Oh my gosh, yes. And many, 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 many blessings and success to you. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
You're so welcome. I can't wait to come in.
Girl. And I got a gift, y'all. Y'all better get y'all some wine.
Yes. And then your next one,
I just wanted you to have your own.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Yeah. I like gifts. I'm so happy. Yeah. Come on, look, this is right good. I ain't that right. Because it ain't gonna break. They just do that with the brand. Oh, I like this. This is nice. Yeah, and I will your own personal. Come on, let me get a photo. I will be using it because I am a coffee drinker. Period. Pull it out there, wrap again. Hold on. Yeah, wait. Stick it back in there. No, you ain't gotta do it all. Just that first little lady. Ready? 5, 4, 3. Oh, yeah, let's go. There you go.
Tag Crystal's Clarity Podcast while you drinking your coffee.
I sure will.
Perfect. Thank you, love.
You are welcome.